very good morning and namaskar to all the participants in
Good
this
morning.
webinar. Can you please mute this, please? Can you please mute? Because we are currently live also, then there'll be a lot of disturbance coming in. So thanks a lot. Uh, from my heart, I would really welcome Mr. Vinod Pandita. Mr. Vinod Pandita is basically he has around about more than 25 years of experience and expertise in transformation and turnaround of more than 500 business enterprises in last 2 decades of his consulting career, and he is an international business coach, a leadership coach, a global leadership coach who has trained more than 500 business enterprises, and he's a keynote speaker as well. He goes to various international forums as a keynote speaker. We are really privileged to have him, sir. We really thank you a lot for being our guest speaker, and it is a real privilege to have you on board, sir. Thanks a lot.
Abhinav, you have to slightly be louder because.
Sure. Thank you. And I would thank you. So I really thank Mr. Vinod Panditaji to have really accepted our invite for giving. And the topic today is redefining success principles. In COVID times. Now, as you all of you know, that the situation is very extraordinary now, with all businesses not having any business for probably a quarter now. So it is a very extraordinary time wherein we all need some kind of a guidance, some kind of a guiding light from an industry expert. Because we need to change our business strategies, the way we think about business, the way we do business. So I think we would require a global expert. So we are very lucky to have Mr. Vinod Panditaji, who would be guiding all of us regarding the same. So thanks a lot, Vinodji. Now, regarding the session, we would be having a 30-minute session, a kind of a presentation by Vinod Panditaji. After that, we'll have a question and answer session wherein you all can directly speak to our guest. So you don't have to chat; you can directly speak. The moment you raise your hand, we will allow you to directly talk to our guest. So thanks a lot. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. Now I would give the space to Mr. Vinod Panditaji. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
A very warm welcome and thank you very much, KP Startup, especially Abhinav Talashi. I think you are doing extraordinary work, man. I've been ardent, admirer of KP Startup Initiative, and I think I joined this forum about a year back, and I really appreciate the team you have put together. And I think this is a privilege for me rather than for you. I think I have been always around, but then this kind of opportunity to share my thoughts and my experience and whatever I have learned from the world, to share with all of the entrepreneurs here, who have taken a conscious decision to get into this career choice, and today is, as you rightly said, that this is a very, this is not the normal times, these are very abnormal times and these are unprecedented times. And I think this is, as I was telling you in the morning, that it is blessing in disguise for most of us that we got an opportunity to learn new things and to really upskill ourselves and really introspect and become better human beings first, and then really understand that what is important for us as human beings and then as professionals. Obviously, profession makes us all the more balanced in life to have a quality life. But being a community, a Kashmiri Pandit community, a Kashmiri Hindu community, I'm very proud, very privileged to be part of this community, born in this community. And I really thank everyone to be here today. And today, which was also थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन पढ़ने के बाद कैसे मेचो आज क्लाइसन बिल्कुल दिल heart to heart बात करें कैसे you are already, some of you are already in entrepreneurship, some of you would be struggling with entrepreneurship, some of you would be actually really aspiring to start up something and really become a big company, and there are a lot of mentors, a lot of senior people around you, and we all learn from each other. I think this is something which is yasan ki dil san hekbu क्लाइसन आज बात करें कैसे वारिया फोरम से वारिया के जो ऐसे हिस्से खतर वारिया के जो ऐसे समझने खतर मगर सारे बहुत important चुके इस एक इस बारे में इस क्या चीज़ हिचांत ताकि कितनी चीज़ implement करा. So today I'm going to share with you some some of my learnings, and these learnings are basically put together. There are a lot of stuff I've been sharing on many platforms, but today I'm going to be very specific. I'll be focusing on two things. Because launch isn't it Azka. Akarb, he entrepreneur kuch asan. The entrepreneurship क्या है तो business कितने च बनाओ. Ultimately as कितने च survive करूँ, तो as कितने च thrive करूँ. ताकि मंच ब्याक चीज़ मासु करबो तो ऐसा आज I will share that with you. So this is going to be a very the objective of this of today's presentation or this session, live session is the objective is that let us go back to the drawing board and try to embrace entrepreneurship as a conscious career choice and develop leadership skills, skill sets, and most importantly, the mindset for creating value for market and asset for yourself. Which आज पर दो चीज़ों पर बड़े which is emphasize करान कि अगर if you don't deliver value to the market, if your customer is not willing to pay for what you are delivering to the market, whether you have a product or a service, if you are not creating a value or you are not creating an asset for yourself out of that business, then there is no use of going for business. You should actually go back to the job. But this community, an entrepreneurs community, this fraternity, this business forum which has been created, KP Startup, I think this is one of its kind. First time, you have initiated this, and there are some people here, Yumzan Nivsh, Yumzan aspiring to Yumzan entrepreneurship, Yasanchi Karin, they urgitium Yumzan already business much, but they are struggling. Or maybe there are some who are established, they want to grow to the next level. So this is about it. So career choice, value, and asset. These are the three words I wanted to share with you. And you know me, I think Abhinav has already shared my experience and my profile with you. So I come with a passionate background of entrepreneurship and business consulting, from the last 20 plus years. I have worked with industry only for 4.5 years. I was with the largest of large corporates. I have worked with Bharat Forge. I have worked with Hero Honda. I have worked with Switzerland-based company. But in 4.5 years, I changed 3 jobs. And then I decided to get into entrepreneurship. And I made this business consulting as my entrepreneurial journey. So guys, I'm just asking you a question. Are you ready for a big leap? Because ultimately, we get stuck in our life, we get stuck in our business, we get stuck in our ideas, we get stuck in our what we have to do in life, in terms of our profession where we have to really make it big. So we have to be ready for a big leap. So this is what we are going to talk about today. And before I get into the thick and thin of the presentation, this is something I want to share with you, that being imaginative is having ideas. Actually, normally, why imaginations are? We try to copy paste and we have a lot of imaginative ideas, which is good. But imaginative hona is basically getting an idea, and being creative is being converting ideas into production or into actual realization of that value which we are delivering. So we have to actually not only imagine, we don't have to only be daydreamers, we have to be actually creative people, innovative people, and really get into some kind of a production, get into some kind of an action. So this is the background. So let me just share with you what is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, basically, it is unlike any other profession, though it is like a profession only, but entrepreneurship is like a medical profession, engineering profession. So entrepreneurship actually doing college parnavan, doing institution parnavan, you come to MBA. But what is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is a great career choice. It is in my opinion, because you create more jobs. So nothing better than this. So embrace it. It's a volunteer profession. Nobody tells you to get into profession of entrepreneurship. You actually decide on your own because you want to serve someone. So it comes with the spirit to serve the society. If you have the spirit of serving the society, you are a real entrepreneur. And entrepreneurship actually is derived from a French word called entreprendre, which means to undertake. Undertake means to execute, to actually take action. It is not only ideas. It's not only a brilliant idea or you want to do something, it's action. And my presentation today and my urge to all of you is that please guys, let's get up and get into action. I will give you some basic principles and then the action points and how you can actually take it to the next level. Entrepreneurs are, Richard and Gunmut, entrepreneurs are non-fixed income earners who pay known costs of production or service but earn uncertain incomes. You have to sign up for product risk, which probably most of the entrepreneurs want to do something, but they get stuck because they say that it's an uncertain income. So that's a risk, which is an inherent risk. So with the risk, there is some kind of I would say there's a myth which I will be sharing with you. So entrepreneurship should basically, it's like a choice of career, And it has got 3-4 types of streams, I would say. One is a solopreneur. Solopreneur means who's a self-employed person. From an employment, he goes into a self-employment. He's on his own, and he's a brand himself, and he actually runs something on his own. And he calls it a solopreneur. It may be from any industry. It may be a digital world. It may be a production, or maybe production is mistake with solopreneur when it came. But solopreneur, you can understand, is somebody who's a self-employed, who doesn't believe in building teams, right? But there are entrepreneurs who are solopreneurs. So second is the startup, which most of you, or maybe some of you in this forum, are startups. The startup means it's a different kind of an entrepreneurship, which I will explain you a little bit more detail in my own words. And then comes the business. So these are the 3 different streams of entrepreneurship. A startup is a company initiated by individual founders or entrepreneurs to search for a repeatable and scalable business model. Other than the business using scalable. Scalable means it doesn't need you. It actually grows on its own. It is scalable. It doesn't need you as a founder all the time. So then it is called as a startup. So we have to be very clear that what are we talking about as a startup. Business, production house, manufacturing, startup. I will not call it as a startup. Startup is something which the business grows without you, and it is scalable. It goes global, or it may go to India wide. It may have a customer whom you don't know. It's an unknown territory you are actually getting into, and the customer acquisition cost is the least. That is startup. Okay, so this is something which we need to understand very clearly. And I would request all of you, whosoever has joined today, friends, I would like you to take a pen and a paper and probably note down a few things. I would really appreciate that if you really get into an action oriented for the next 1 hour. I think it will be a very productive session for all of us, even for me when I'm going to hear from you. So third stream is the business, which is business. As a business kara, as a businessman. Businessman choose to use manufacturing to kara, use B2B, use business to business. So manufacturing kara to do find this next tier, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. You are in an ecosystem of a supply chain where you are supplying to somebody else. Then the trading, industry, service industry with physical and intellectual assets, B2B and B2C. It is both service. So these are some of the business-related streams, which are there. So I've just classified the entrepreneurship into solopreneur, which is just a self-employed, startup, and business. And what is this startup ecosystem? Most of you friends may not be a startup here, but our mission of this KP startup, because I'm also a member of KP startups, and you should know our commitment to startups. I say already businesses should support you. That's what is the whole idea of this, and we have to really create this ecosystem of helping each other. Startups refer to new business that intend to grow beyond the solo founder, have employees, and intend to grow large. Startups face high uncertainty and do have high rates of failure. But the minority that go on to be successful companies have the potential to become large and influential. This is the reality. Now just imagine what percentage of businesses or ideas or the innovations really turn into the unicorns. So privately held startup companies valued over $1 billion. It has happened, and I think I don't need to give you examples. So I will not get into the jargon of it because we all know it. We are all intellectual community, we know everything. But what is the startup ecosystem? We have to really understand. And if we are in a business model, if we have a business model which is not a startup business model, then let's focus on that and we will support you. I'm there, I'll go pro bono and really help you and bring more mentors like Ash and everybody else to really take you to the next step. So it was very important for me. Here's my Raj Shamna's presentation, thoda sa tweak kiya aaj khatra. The मुझे ज़बान की startup founders quality क्या के साथ हैं या कोई business owners क्या के quality आसन कहाँ थे वैसे तो वैसे startup या वैसे so business owner themselves क्या quality के साथ हैं there are 5 qualities which you have to build ये जो बड़ा जरूरी है या time spent या साथ में कोई ज़्यादा काम जो हैकान करे because you are at home you can build on this. One is you have to be self productive, you have to increase your self efficacy. ये कौन output क्या है अर्धन घंटा जो तो काम करा अर्धन घंटा जो तो शंगान या शंग घंटे जो तो शंगान बाकी टाइम में जो बात तो आधा घंटे से ऐसे प्रोडक्टिव आवर्स आसान दाद में जो 4 घंटे वेस्ट करान व्हाट्सएप which is the बेपानी rituals करा actually to 12 घंटे 2 months and these 8 to 12 hours what is your outcome? I want to ask you what is your outcome of the day? So first of all you have to become self productive, you have to become self efficacy, you have to build, you have to manage the stress, you should be You should be able to manage the stress. You have to learn how to handle the emotional exhaustion. As you should emotionally but exhaust. Competitor chu kya karan, achu ka baag boy kya karan, achu kya exhaust. Is the man hai as togna karun kiya. Ya it must vary time. We spend a lot of time on these things. Then your personal branding, your founder identity, your self identity, you as a person has to have a brand. That is very important, friends. You should consciously come there. You may be from any place, you may be from any city, you may be from any region, doesn't matter. And the fifth quality I believe is, because this is based on my experience of working with so many founders and so many business owners, large, small, medium, MSMEs, startups and all, failure proof. Failure reason kya cha aasan aise? Business fail kya cha? First of all, actual lack of consumer interest in the product and service. As हम साथ customer sign in product and services में interest lose karan, तो you should failure kasa. Doing actually we don't have funding or cash problems all the time. We always crib for money. You have to generate wealth, you have to generate cash in business. That is why I said that it is unlike other professions. It is something which is beautiful. You have an opportunity to really create something. Prem chuchu personal or staffing problems. Actually, we don't know how to get work from our teams because we are again self-centered. We are again working like a self, as a solopreneur. Everything I will do. So it doesn't work. It fails. It crashes. The fourth one is the competition from rival companies. We are not able to handle because we have never mapped them. We don't have any idea of what our competitor is doing. Or even if we have done it, then we have copied our competitors and trying to do the same or similar things without any differentiation. So it will fail. It will definitely fail because it is not your DNA. It is not your stuff. It is somebody else's stuff which you are trying to make successful, which never happens in the world. Never happens. Then the problem with pricing of product and services, I have seen this problem with most of the entrepreneurs that they don't know how to price the product and service. They always struggle with this. One of these sessions, I've recently heard, that a lot of people talk about pricing. But pricing, using customer to but you have to give value. So we talk about value also. These are the failures. So these are the 5 qualities which you have to develop. So self-efficacy, exhaustion, your personal identity and branding, and failure proof. So let me just take you through the idea to innovation. I say idea you want to, I say innovations must turn current. The innovations think a process of intentional change made to create value by meeting opportunity and seeking advantage. This is the time. We have to change ourselves. We have to really look for opportunities. Do we run after the opportunity or we create our own opportunities? So guys, let me tell you, based on my own experience, don't look for the opportunity. You actually create your opportunity and bring passion to convert that into an advantage for yourself. That's very important. And it is very profound. It is something which you will only learn when you become internally conscious. When you think that, okay, I have to create something of your own, because entrepreneurship is not a government job. It is not a private job. It is something, you're creating jobs for others, and it's a great responsibility. So what is this creativity and innovation? Normally, I see slide. This was just to give you that we already know a lot of stuff, friends. Actually, these information overload, we know a lot of things, but your elusive creative idea, differentiation which we have. For example, Ash is there. Now you see a small thing, what he has put on his background, KB Pro. Now everybody is asking, hey, KB Pro kya? So it is an elusive creative idea used, and it is turning into something for him. It may not be useful for me, but it is useful for him because he is talking from a standpoint. He is actually trying to convince people. He is trying to communicate that brand which he has created. So this is creativity. And innovation is, he may be doing the same thing again and again which other people have done, but in a different manner. So that's how you become successful. So what is this? What is the need coming from? The need for novel, varied and complex stimulations, need to communicate ideas and values, and need to solve problems. Entrepreneurship, problem solve, please get out of this. If you are not solving any problem in the world, if you have not identified the problem and you are not solving it, then you are not an entrepreneur, you are not a business owner. Jagti Manch of manufacturing unit, Really, hats off to that guy. Copy guys बनाए कैसे ताकि बचन उसमें copy मेरा या ते बनो का affordable copy है 15 रुपए की copy ते बनो 500 रुपए की copy. You know, so I'm just giving you that idea, and I'm also telling you that if your solution and if your services and your products are not solving any problem, then you must get out of the entrepreneurship. So how does this value chain apply? Is this discovering new idea, invention, and then the innovation? There is a journey, it's a process, it's a value chain. So you discover something, say, okay, knowledge and concept. Message वारिया पता बस अगर ये इतने हैं, बस अगर travel business इतने हैं, serious चक्रान travel business से क्या करें? Make my trip छु, से क्या चुकारा? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to make? Why should I come to you? Why not to make my trip? So what is the differentiation? So you have the idea. Then you have the technology and business model, which is an invention, which is your invention. And then finally, I call this an innovation. And somebody has well said that innovation can only be applied if it has a commercial value. If it doesn't have a commercial value, then innovation is not an innovation. It's just an invention, which may die its own death. All right. So this is how we look at it. So analytical planning, resource organization, implementation, and commercial application. These are the 4 steps of innovation process, which will actually take you to the entrepreneurship. So creativity brings innovation, innovation brings entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship has got solopreneurs, it has got startups, and it has got businesses. So this is the whole structure. So thinking new things differently, doing new things. One is thinking new things, then innovation is actually doing new things. And then entrepreneurship is creating value in the marketplace. As simple as that. There's nothing beyond it. Now you put yourself into this 3-level entrepreneurship journey and see whether you are fitting into it or not. So this is on a just a motivating note that we are not in a it's a very unlike profession, and it is a very noble profession. Doctor is such a noble profession. I'm telling you, entrepreneurship was a बहुत noble profession to choose. Which is the one आपसे जो काम या आपसे जो ज़्यादा, but ये जो एक noble profession. क्या इसके वजह से problem solve करा? I'll give you an example. You must have seen these red light, traffic light शासन. तास में यूज़न timer शो में लगे तासा. You must have seen that. You know who has innovated that timer? Because globally also आक survey करने कि लोगों ने सच्चो using road rage, it is because of that, because they don't know when this traffic light or red will convert into is it for 60 seconds, is it for 30 seconds, is it for 180 seconds. So there was a group of students in South Africa. They actually did this project about 12-13 years back, and they executed it, and they became millionaires overnight when they sell this idea to the globe. And it was incubated, and then finally it was given to the world. Now they did not need any money that time. Timano se kौन सा जरूरत क्या? Timano सिर्फ idea use होती मोतो नसे ये idea use चीज़ में कारण entrepreneurship है. उसमें वो बने के ये timers and they said कि ये सब लगाओ था. And it has transformed the world. You see how many road rages have come down, how many discipline has come, and all this stuff. It's just an example I'm giving. So are we thinking in those lines? So innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. So friends, entrepreneurship and entrepreneur is nothing but a leader. So you have to behave like a leader all the time. And this is something you have to keep thinking different and thinking big. This is the most important. You have to think different and you have to think big. So this is the mantra which everyone has to really follow. And why leadership what is leadership? I have done Navan Gantan 2 lakh rupees kharch kare leadership training program for US Fed. John Maton, who is the world's #1, he is my mentor on leadership. I am a certified from international coaching federation. I'm a certified leadership coach. John, just tell me, guy, man, what is this leadership? Everybody's talking about leadership. You got world's #1. You have Steve Jobs, which is a leadership partner. So what is this leadership all about? So there are 3 things I learned from him, from my guru, from my mentor, John Maton. He said that leader is that who is a role model for others. If you can't inspire other entrepreneurs to come forward, then you are not an entrepreneur. So role model, character and values, the number 2. Third is the right mindset and taking actions based on that mindset. These are the 3 qualities of great leaders. And entrepreneurs, I'm saying, is a very responsible profession, noble profession, volunteer profession, and you can change the world. So, but you have to build these 3 qualities. You have to become a role model, you have to have character and values, and you have to have right mindset and action. Now, let me just give another 10 minutes on what is happening now and what we need to do. That was the background. That was just the foundation I wanted you to really get hang on. That as idea, innovation, the entrepreneurship is alignment and how we have to really move forward. We have to survive and we have to thrive. I have put revival also in between. Revive means it is like a snake who actually sheds its skin after some time and gets new skin. This is the time to revive, guys. Thrive kar karo, I don't know. I can't commit you because it's a world economy. We don't know. It all depends on, like for example, Bushu Sadi Daban, Yimzan grocery months, business, essential business, they have not gone even 1 hour out of business. They have been doing business all the time. Were they lucky? Were they consciously they have taken that? It was their passion they were into that business, so that's why they are doing that, and they have been doing it. They have not got out of this business for a single day. What was that? It was out of their passion. एक दुकानदारन अगर दुकान लगो, एक किरान वाला अगर दुकान लगो या सब्जी वाला सब्जी ठेला लगो, तो तेमें जो पता कि मेरे शायद रोज जिंदगी मन तो चलो 100% सेल कैसे किया मगर मेरे पास आते 150% सेल. But what we need to do is, as entrepreneurs, as startups or as business community, first of all, we have to survive this time. And what is the survival mechanism? Survival mechanism is just to keep your mental health balanced and develop your skill sets and make a plan for next quarter, next 3 years at least. And I always say that you have to have that plan in place. And then once you survive, then you revive. You actually get into a new thing and really move forward. Zich should be upper one ki agar san our business much our business owner asan, that is you, and there is a business. So what are the traits which you have to develop? One is positive mindset, physical health, mental health, learn new skills, and courage and resilience is on a personal front. Professional front is this is my favorite. Business leadership. Are you leading or not? Are you moving ahead or not? Are you actually showing the path for other people or not? Are you really taking some step forward or not? You may not be doing invoicing right now. You may not be doing anything right now, but are you doing something else? Are you really working towards it? Reinventing business model, this is number 2. Capital restructuring, number 3. Strategic planning, number 4. Empowering teams if you have some, even 2 people. Like for example, I have 4 guys who are contractual, but they are with me. Every day we have a 1 hour session with them, say for example. So this is what you have to do. Okay, now let me this is very important for all of you. As a myth, social hypnosis, which is the bunch of social hypnosis. Here, agar is business karo, absolutely risk. So what is the social hypnosis? Risk is certain and success is uncertain. It's very unfortunate. Yeah, agar than successful day, then we are lucky. Yeah, so lucky as you now John business. No boss. It is other way around. Success is certain. So risk is also certain, but to some extent. We can mitigate risk. We can control risk if we are prepared. If you are not prepared, then risk is certain. So this social hypnosis as entrepreneurs, we have to break. We have to say, okay, success is certain if we are prepared. And if you are prepared, we can control the risk. So this is the major thing I wanted to share with all of you guys. That you must socho ki agar to business chu karan to socho risk. Risk chun ki. Risk chu to risk. Otherwise, there's no risk. Because I will give you a paradigm shift today in next couple of slides that you have to build businesses and assets. People should be able to invest in your business. So from debt, you should go into the equity model and then build your businesses from there. So 5 realities of today, because Abhinav, we had a long discussion and I thought, let me just put some realities of today. Ki COVID time is kya hoga. So sare bahut board cho aap cheez ki is an ego slap by nature. I call this an ego slap. You know, nature has told us that guys, just behave. World has changed forever. We have to accept change, and that is the key to success. Survival of the quickest. Using fatafat ke kaam kare, so he survive this. And the 5th and most important thing is, I call this as forced entrepreneurship. Now, guys, if you have taken up entrepreneurship, I congratulate you. And if you have some brother, some sister, somebody, some friend who is struggling for job or something, just bring him in this community of the world of entrepreneurship. I'm telling you, he will always bless you, but we will guide you for that. Normally, we waste a lot of time. But this forced entrepreneurship has to be learned, and we have to accept it, that we have to become entrepreneurs now. So what is the game of entrepreneurship? Game of entrepreneurship is 3 S's. One is that it should be sellable, it should be scalable, and it should be sustainable. I I have a complete 2 days program on this game of entrepreneurship. I'm just giving you a very glimpse of this. So, using the running business, yisha asset kinna. Asset means to hekwe amike share midit. For example, to idabe hai Vinochi message 2 lakh rupees zarat. The remote that acha once a buyer bidume se 2 lakh rupees company share. I want to become a shareholder in your company. So will you be able to tell me exactly how much share will you give me in your company? Probably no. Mostly no. There's a big no. But if you have an asset, you just imagine if you have an asset, it's a value which you can convert into cash anytime and pay your debts, commitments, and legacies. A business can be converted into cash by selling its share to investors fully or partially. This is the reality. And startups munch aise bechun parya. Agar a normal business the karanche, yecho is Cockroserve, yecho is Varia business owners. Ash is there. There are a lot of good people. Balaji Dar, I know him personally. He's a great friend. There are a lot of people here. But I'm just asking everybody, like for example, agar Middle Eastern also scam karan, Typecorrect collaboration, Becker Karno Pani company's valuation, I got some funds into it and I became a 50% partner in Middle East with another investor. So are you able to do that? So that is where you have to prepare yourself. And let me tell you, this is something. This slide is for you guys, and this is a journey of business growth. Follow and I'm committed to KP Startups. I have told Abhinav and Sonal that we will work on this structure. That you have to take your company and your businesses from this journey. First one is business modeling, business process systems. Then you have to disengage. You have to do capital restructuring. You have to do business planning, and then go to market. Then you should be able to raise funds. That is what is the final. The business creates a strategy to go to the market for part or complete sale. So this is the journey which you have to take. And we will prepare you for this. I'm not giving here only presentation. I'm saying that we are going to prepare you from business model, from the idea, from the business model, what value you are giving to the market to the go-to market. This is the journey we will handhold you through. So I will not get into this. This is the detailing of this. Then what is saleable? Saleable is you sell your business, can be partial, private equity or IPO or complete, that is acquisition. Okay, message in a company chalan ke, with this a crore rupees, rather message ita market customer. Brand value, you just take it, give me a crore. I want to free. I will build something else. I'm not able to handle this business. But don't get into it. Don't waste your life on one idea. Life is not going to stop there. Life has got many things to give you. So if something is not working with you, please change, shift, change, move. That's very important. Scalable to businesses to be saleable, it must be scalable. Scalable means I told you earlier, scalable means that it should go and you should not know your customer. It's an unknown territory. It should be scalable. And in that case, the customer acquisition cost is the least. Customer acquire. That's a scalable model. Sustainable too, you have to be cost competitive. You have to have business excellence and operational efficiency, and you have to have good financial health through ratio analysis. So I will just repeat this slide which I showed you earlier. Now what you have to do, COVID time ke baad mein, how you should be. Like for example, when you come out of this crisis, or maybe you are in these crises, what you should be, how you should look like, how you should behave. The business owner should have learned few new skills. Create more value for yourself by branding and visibility. Learn mastery to manage people and partners around you. Work on your mindset and contribute, give and gain. Contribution through business. Businesses start looking at business as an asset. He has such a company, yes, such an asset. It's like I have another house, I give rent something, and I'm getting rent, or I have a shop, commercial place, I've given it on rent, and I'm getting a rental from there, something like that. Minimum operational cost, IT and digital infrastructure, talent acquisition and development, and most importantly, steering, business strategy, business model, and merger, etc. So now let me just quickly take you through the 10 business success principles in these times, what you need to do. If you have a paper and pen, just write it down. I will share this presentation, maybe these 10 slides through email, through KP Startups. But let me just give you a quick run that what are those 10 business success principles which I have experienced, and I know that will work wonders if you really take them into. Number one, you have to create a vision, mission, and balance scorecard for your business. That means you have to have a business model out of what you already know. Number two, develop short-term, mid-term, and long-term business plan. It's very important. You have to have a business plan, a documented business plan. The next trend variant was kya karo. Now you might be asking me, yeah, Vinodji, action moving pai karo ke action moving kome. Okay, fine. World is going to change, don't worry. But given this current situation, what business plan can you think of? It can always be revised, but you have to have some kind of a business model, budgeting and expense model. That what are your product and services which you have? It may not be for 5 years, it may be for 1 to 3 years. Principle 3 is develop your strategies for business, product, services, marketing, and sales. Abhinav, can you?
Yeah, hi. I would request everybody to put themselves on mute, please. Hello. Hello. I would request everybody to put themselves on mute. Sunil ji, आपको mute पे डाल दीजिए जो भी अभी background आवाज आ रही है, please. I think we're not able to figure out. Just.
Anyways, let me just.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Can you hear me now? All right. So, yeah, fine.
I'm neutral.
Okay, no problem. Now I'm audible. Am I audible now?
Perfectly, sir.
Yeah, okay. So, third principle is, I told you, first principle is create vision, mission, and balance scorecard for your business. I will tell you how to do it probably in next sessions, but this is something which is very important. Number 2 is to develop a short-term, mid-term, and long-term business plan. It's a 1-3-5 rule. So you have to have at least minimum 1 year plan with you. If you don't have a 1 year plan, then you are actually working in an unknown territory, and which is very dangerous. Principle 3 is develop strategies for business, product, services, marketing, and sales. These are the things which you have to have. And the strategy is nothing but being different, consciously being different than the competition. Number 4 is maintain and continually improve business process and systems. Adapt lean management principles, which is basically cost effectiveness and being competitive. Build global markets, branding, protect idea, knowledge, your intellectual property. Have you protected your idea? Go for trademark, go for registration, go for copyright. Don't be lazy on that stuff. Start that process because it's a long process. And create your unique value proposition. USP. Unique sales proposition. But now sales proposition is fine. But then as an entrepreneur, as a business idea or as a business model, you have to actually focus on your unique value proposition. That is very important. Maintain fiscal deficit and financial transparency. Normally, अगर तुमको तो कोई बनो है मैं हाफ सब में वेरी मैसेज चेंज इवैल्यूएशन करे ट्रेंड वेरिएंट प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस स्टेटमेंट बैलेंस शीट दिस you will be hesitant to share that. You have to drop that hesitation completely. You have to be so financially disciplined and financially transparent that you should be able to, even if you have made losses, doesn't matter, but you should be able to share your P&L and balance sheet with anybody for that matter. Okay, so this is very important. This is principle 7. Principle 8 is that you onboard, develop, train, and retain teams. This is again a some kind of a skill set. I told you leadership skill set and mindset. This is one of the skill set, and it is an art for some people that can onboard right people, onboard right co-founders, develop them, train them, and retain them. Most importantly, retain them. Then principle 9 is respect society and environment, think sustainability through your business. Whatever business you're doing. If there is no social responsibility angle to it, probably it may not survive for a long. It has to have that connection with it. And number 10 is, which you're already doing, that remain network and keep learning from ecosystem. This is the most important thing. If you remain networked, so keep learning. There are a lot of courses today which are very affordable, and you can do it. So friends, I have got this for you, that if you want to succeed, you should strike out on a new path rather than travel the worn paths of accepted success. So you have to actually create your own success, and you have to actually move forward in terms of your success in these times and beyond COVID times. And let me just announce few things for you. I have already talked to the team KP Startups that I'm offering you a series of master classes for KP Startups. We are going to segregate all the members into 3 categories. One is the startup category, one is the early stage category, and third one is the business category, right? And we are going to circulate a form very soon, probably in next couple of days time. Abhinav and team will be, and I'm also part of the team. You can take me as part of the family. I'm a guest speaker today, I'm privileged, but I'm part of KP Startups, and I'm as a business coach, I would like to come with a series of master classes, which I'm going to show you right now. Now, this will be circulated to everyone, but I want to make this announcement today on this forum that I'm committed to do this, and we will make it little professional. You know, why professional? Because, okay, we are a non-for-profit organization. Maybe startups cannot do this, but then we have certain expenses, or maybe if you don't pay, or if we don't pay something, we don't value it. This is as simple as that in a professional world. But let me just not talk about the pricing or maybe any tag here. I'm just saying that we are going to run a master classes like this. So what I have on offer for you, all of you, is that there will be a business mastery, which is my signature program called Business Mastery Program, which has got 3 levels. One is the foundation mastery, another is the initial mastery, and third level is the advanced mastery. And the depth and insight will go more, once we complete each mastery. And each mastery has got 5 sessions. And we are going to start the overview foundation, the first session, or maybe I would say the 0 session, like this. The session 0, this will be a next Sunday. I'm going to be with you on a free introductory webinar on Business Leadership Mastery Program. And then there will be 5 sessions following that, where we will be helping you to master business leadership, master your strengths, build systems, and learn how to disengage from business. Mastering business growth strategies, branding, marketing, sales, HR, and finance. So there will be small topics, and we'll give you some tips, how to really build on it. Mastering business operations and mastering business planning and go-to-market journey. This is what I shared with you. Those 6 steps are there. But this is a foundation. 90 minutes each session, probably in 5 weeks, will take you through and you will be given a certificate. And there will be a lot of homework given. And I will make sure as your coach, or as your trainer, or as your with the team, that you have actually created a booklet for your company. You have created something tangible, a document for your company. The next one is the initial mastery, is that mastering business model. There will be a dedicated session on business model, how to create a business model, and I'll help you to create a business model in 90 minutes. So it's a 4-hour session. I do it on different platforms, but I will make it very crisp for you. And I will give you a ready-made, a series of inputs, how to create a business model. Then I will help you to master your business systems and processes and go for automation. And I will connect with you some people who will actually teach you business automation, or will bring them on the platform. The third one is team building, mastering business planning, and then the mastering financial planning, which is very important. And finally, the advanced mastery will actually have 5 sessions or 5 modules of mastering branding and brand management, target customer perception and mastering the customer perception and relationships, mastering key partners and stakeholders, mastering digital marketing tools, and mastering networking skills. So we will, in the advanced modules, we will bring experts, subject matter experts, to tell you this. But I will be hand-holding you throughout the journey of, say, this will be a 3 months program. In 3 months, you will have your own business model, your own structures and everything in a booklet form, and which will be a document. I will be sharing a lot of assessment sheets. I will be sharing some templates with you and help you to really make it happen like that. So I'm really thankful and privileged, and I hope you liked this session, and you have taken some takeaways from this. And I'm sure that maybe in future we will add more value to all of you. Bahut bahut dhanyawad. Thank you so much. So over to you, Abhinav. I think we can take now question answers. And
thanks a lot, Vinodji. That was a fantastic session, fantastic. And especially, apart from the presentation that you gave, which was quite an eye-opening session, and which was a real, business leadership session. I really appreciate you for taking the master classes. That these are specialized master classes coming from directly from the industry experts. So it will not only be Vinod Panditaji, it will be a series of industry expert speakers coming directly from industry. So this is a golden opportunity for every one of us, whosoever wants to learn the details of business, whether it is financial planning, whether it is recruitment, whether it is anything which relates to the business, whether it is business funding. So it is a great opportunity, I think, and everybody should take this opportunity with open hands. The first session is a free session, which will be this coming week, and the subsequent sessions will be on very nominal charges, because we need to understand here that these speakers are basically industry leaders. They are experts in their own fields. There'll be around about a 50% charge, which out of which the first 25% would go to a community initiative like the KP Martyrs, as proposed by Vinodji, like the KP Martyrs, like we have Shri Ajay Panditaji or any other community initiative which we feel is really worth it. And the rest 25% will again go into the online classes, into how to arrange better e-learning initiatives, online classes. And the rest 50% of the amount of this would go to the speaker as a professional fee. So we need to understand here, not everything comes for free. We need to come out of that free culture somehow, because if you want a value, if you want some value, you need to pay a little bit. So I really appreciate Vinodji for taking, and this masterclass would be for about 5 weeks, I believe. So in a way, like every weekend, there'll be a class. So the details would be shared by Vinodji to us, and I think Vinodji, you can share this particular presentation with us. We will send it via Google Groups so that everybody who could not attend due to any reason, they can also be enlightened by what all you have said. So I thank you a lot, sir. Thank you. We have, even though you are a part of our group, Vaklu Saab is a part of our group, but you are like kind of a leading light, for us. So we would always appreciate you coming whenever you have time, sir. So I would now, sir, I would really open this for everybody who have been great listeners, great audience that we have got. So you can unmute yourself if you have any questions addressed to Vinodji. So thanks a lot. This is a question and answer session. We'll have this for another 20 minutes, if that's possible. Thank you. And you can directly ask a question to Vinodji. So we will allow you to talk, and you can raise a hand, and we can allow you to talk. Thank you.
Bilkul. Frankly, ask me question. Any difficulty, anything you want to ask, I will try my best to give you answers and try to share my own experiences.
Vinod sir, good morning. Romel here. How are you?
Hi, Romel. How are you?
Very well, very well. So can I start with a question?
Please go ahead.
Because
Go ahead.
you are aware that I am into a service industry, which is travel. Now, because of certain specific reasons, travel, has suffered.
Yeah.
But keeping this particular problem aside, in general, I wanted to understand, because travel comes under a service category.
Yeah.
And because service categories are generally not very product oriented. I mean, there is no product per se differentiation. So how do service companies scale up themselves, especially when they are in a segment which is highly competitive?
You see, the service industry has got more potential to become scalable. If you are asking me a scalability issue or a scalability question, you see, it may not be necessary that you have to go to the same business what you have started a few years back, because any business which an entrepreneur does is basically out of the passion, or maybe it is either out of the passion because you love it, or because I can see that you are a travel enthusiast yourself. Probably that is why you got into this business. Okay, and now if it is not working, I'm not saying to shut it off. I'm saying that can you just think of something else? Can you think of some other online business? Now, whether it goes scalable or not, it is a secondary thing. If you create a business model of that kind in the travel business, say for example, in travel business, you create a platform where you actually help those kind of entrepreneurs who are in your category in India. Say for example, I'm just giving you a thought. Now you create a platform through a digital medium, and you bring these all 100 people together and really create something together with them. I mean to say, create an ecosystem for them. Now, people are not going to travel. This is the reality. Domestic travel may survive for some more time. Maybe it will happen probably after 3 months, 6 months time. I don't know, because it's an unknown territory. We don't know what's going to happen. But the overseas travel is not possible. Domestic travel may happen after 3-6 months, but still the way COVID is going, we really don't know. But what you can do is, as a travel enthusiast, as a business owner in that particular industry, you can actually create some kind of noise digitally. You can create some videos, as you had made earlier. You have shared that thing with us. You create your own channel, you do something, and now you monetize it. The problem is how to monetize that. The only idea is that whatever idea you have, even if you go scalable, you have to monetize it. So that you have to find out what business model are you going to create for yourself to bring that value to the customer, even if they are not paying for it. There are many, like for example, Facebook does a lot of things. It doesn't charge anyone. Just an example. But coming specific to your business, I think you have to really create that travel enthusiast kind of a model around your business and probably bring people together and probably create some videos, and keep people engaged, keep those customers engaged for next 3 months. That give them an idea and reminder that see how beautiful India is. Probably you can pick up some videos from somewhere and create and recreate them and keep engaged your customers or future customers. Does that make sense, Roman?
Yeah, it partly does. My question, what I'm, as a trainer and who has, as a business coach, since you have, transformed so many companies, do you think it is important for companies to have their own product to make a differentiation, or do you think service in itself is enough to make a differentiation? I understand execution,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Somehow I personally feel, if we have a product, even though I'm in the travel industry, if I had my own travel products, I could have made a better difference than being a simple service-oriented company, because service is basically an apples-to-apple comparison. Whether it is my service in travel or whether it is somebody who is offering IT services, service eventually becomes service. There is no differentiation. It in the end comes to a matter of execution and cost. So just as a business leader, my question to you is, would you think it is appropriate for people to develop their own products, or service in itself is enough?
See, if I tell you there is something called service product, not the product, but service product.
Okay.
See, if you say bookmyshow.com, book my show, right? What is that? They just earn 20 rupees on a ticket.
Right.
For 400, and they have made a fortune out of it. That company is valued at I don't know how many crores.
Yes.
For 20 rupees. But then look at the service product model. What is the model? Model is ticketing model. Model is that they have created a platform where you can just go and book the ticket at your convenience. So what I'm saying is, what you're saying that there should be a product, I don't agree with that fully. You see, if you have an opportunity to create a product, a service, or that kind of a product is fine. But even if you are in a service and you have a service product, not as a product, you can really thrive. There's no doubt.
I think service product was a word that maybe I was not able to figure out, but now I have figured it out. So I think that answers my question.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
This is Ash Rana from Brisbane.
Hi.
I have a question. In terms of people who want to start their own business, say there are new people who have joined this call, and they might be starting to think of starting a business. Now, where do they start? Means apart from the fact that they might have a passion for something, and during this COVID time, there is a lot of opportunity which government might be providing as an impetus to them. Now, is there any suggestion from you to them in terms of where to start, or where can they have those reference links?
I think this is a very valid question, Ash. See, first of all, I would tell all those aspiring people. Now, for example, as I said, there are two categories I have now put them into. One is the aspiring entrepreneurs, one is the forced entrepreneurship. Now, for example, there are no jobs and they don't know what to do, where to go. And if we have created an ecosystem and if they want to get into entrepreneurship, where do they start? The first thing they have to do is they have to have that mindset to start a business or an entrepreneurship. The mindset is very important. The decision is very important. Their parents, their families, their friends, the people around have to really support their idea, because they will trust that person only when he has taken a decision that I want to get into business. Anyone here on this forum today, or anyone who has started an entrepreneurship or a business, has taken that decision, that calling, that I want to get into business because I cannot serve anybody else. I want to have my own business set up, because it gives you a lot of freedom. I think the first is that the mindset has to be there. Number two is that he has to hire a right coach, a right advisor, a right person who is a successful person in his own business. So normally what is happening is, सारी community में होती हैं, it's very intellectuals, it's very finance partners are much more intelligent, and there are a lot of other communities also who are very intelligent. South Indians, Bengalis, there are a lot of people. But the point is that why should I make mistakes when Vinod already made mistakes, and why can't I learn from Ash, who has already made some mistakes, and why can't I learn from him on digital marketing, say, for example. See, first is the decision of getting into entrepreneurship. Second is the decision of hiring a coach or an advisor or a mentor. That, okay, tell me the steps. I don't want to waste time. मेरे को 3 साल में मेरे को इतना turnover करना है, या मेरे को इतना revenue बनाना है, या मेरे को ये काम करना है. And the right guide will give you a proper guidance. So these are the two things, Ash, I think that person should be doing to start with. Everything else will follow. Everything else will follow. Thank you.
Namaskar, Vinodji. This is Vikram Kaul. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Vikram. Namaskar.
Namaskar. So I am in garment business. I'm a manufacturer and I've been manufacturing menswear clothing for almost 8 years now. I've been running my own clothing brand in around 8-9 states, pan India. And we also now have been supplying to brands like Shoppers Stop, Club Fox and all these brands for their private labels. So one of the major issues, when you're working with these big, retail giants and these bigger companies who are like probably, 20 times what your size in terms of infrastructure and in terms of turnover, everything is. So there's an angle which happens in every meeting and every perception that is this. And if I'm sitting here and they're sitting there, because it's like they need me, I don't need them kind of an attitude is there all the time. When I work with any of these bigger companies, they always have the attitude that they don't need me, I need them. Right. So I've been always trying to, match their, catch up to these ego to buy my products. That, okay, I don't need you, you need my products, basically. That's why we're sitting on the table. But what happens off late, what happens a lot of times, the top management changes. Something went wrong. The top management had an entire shift around 15 to 20 people with whom we were dealing, got laid off, some got chucked out, and some new management from some other top management company, they came in and took place. Now the biggest challenge, because in our industry, I also believe, not our industry, the entire industry works a lot more on relations as well, other than the prima facie of the product, that's the product and the service. It happens a lot when the things are routine-wise, when you're supplying them the same thing again and the same things, the relation matter a lot. The relations can save you in terms of COVID like this. Yes, I was big time saved because my entire summer payments went through because I knew the purchase man guy very well over there. He was a close associate of mine over the years. So I got my payments out, the entire payments out in COVID, while the rest of the suppliers could not get their payments out, which, so like this. But when immediately the management changed and now the new management is not supporting the old vendors anymore. The new management has got their own vendors from the other company where they were coming from. So 15-20 people got hold of this new company because the entire top management is their gang now, and now they're not working with us. They're not giving that kind of ease to us because we were working with the existing employees, their existing people over there. And so, how do you tackle these sort of things?
Vikram, I think what question you have asked, I think a lot of people are struggling with this issue. I'll just give you a small background. When I was in purchase, I have been in purchase. I was in production, I was in purchase. When I was in purchase, so I used to struggle with two things, quality and price. My vendors used to be struggling with the quality and the price because we wanted the world-class quality at the cheapest price.
Cheapest price.
So that is a big gap, in supply chain. And what I'll tell you is, as an entrepreneur, I said that you have to behave like a leader. That means your mindset has to be not of a victimhood mindset. You have to be a victoryhood mindset. The moment you think that कि वो हमसे नहीं ले पाते हैं, वो management change हो गई, ये हो गया, तो वहाँ पे you cannot say that they have ignored you. It is something like this. In Airtel, there was a Kashmiri Pandit, one of our boys, he worked there for 17 years and he was retrenched. And he said, "Sir, मेरे को वहाँ से निकाल दिया." मैंने कहा, "सबको निकाला क्या?" सबको निकाला सर कि नहीं सर सबको नहीं निकाला उन्होंने एक बंच को निकाला तो मैंने कहा देखो यार या तो आप बहुत ज्यादा हाई परफॉर्मर हो या आप बिल्कुल आपको कुछ नहीं आता है इसलिए आपको बाहर निकाल दिया you see you have to just understand one thing Vikram I think you are in the right business only thing is that you have to play it right no if you have a brand if you are a tier 1 supplier you should be the most dearest vendor of that customer now if customer is not respecting you and is not understanding you and you are not in his list of top 10 vendors, there is a problem with you. Probably you have shortfallen somewhere, right? So you have to reevaluate yourself and see how you can be on the top chart buster of your customer. If that customer is important for you, if that customer is not important for you, then you can always shift. You have a choice to go to some other customer and find. It is something like this. Somebody asked me day before yesterday. कि सर हमें इन्वेस्टर से सवाल पूछना चाहिए कि वो इन्वेस्टर क्यों हमारे में इन्वेस्ट करेगा तो मैंने कहा बिल्कुल पूछना चाहिए इन्वेस्टर सिर्फ पैसा दे रहा है वो कल को पैसा देके ये भी बोल सकता है कि भाई मेरे पैसे वापस दे दो what is the guarantee that that customer that investor has got a long term vision right so it is my friend it is basically you have to work on yourself the world is very very unfair in that sense but as a leader as an entrepreneur you have to correct yourself you have to put your revival mechanism in such a manner that you should be blue-eyed vendor of your customer, if that customer is important to you. That's it. Yes,
So I just want to say, I just want to tell you how I approach the thing and then just get a feedback, whether I did the right thing or not. So when the new management came in the company, so what I started doing is, it came in like February and March. So there was only a gap of 1 month in between before everything stopped again. So in that 1 month, what I started doing is, first of all, I kept a tab on where the old management had gone. If the new management has come in this company, the old management has obviously gone to some other company. So now it is my chance to get business from that new company as well. So that is the first thing I did, right? Right.
Yeah.
Right. So suppose it's like if Mr. Vinod Pandita was, was a buyer in Shoppers Stop. Now he moved to Indian Terrain, so I moved along with him to Indian Terrain as well.
Perfect. That is your personal relationship with that person.
Right.
How is that personal relationship?
So now for the existing company, where probably Abhinavji joined in place of Vinod Pandita, I started developing relations with Abhinav Pandita as well. In terms of probably approached him on LinkedIn as well, and started talking to him, started showing him what all we have been supplying to them, what new products, post-COVID products we can supply to them, and all these terms. That is how I started building my relationship with him, not based on my my services that I can give to him, but in terms of the products that I had to offer for the post-COVID world. So that is how we have been approaching them.
I think you have done it right. I'll tell you two things. One is that if your customer is your friend, you will never lose him, right? So make your customers as your friends. Second is, you have to go on a commercial pattern here. Three mastery should I get Three mastery. After personal mastery, people mastery, the money mastery. Agar you three mastery, then you panel pan kitne cho daravan, as kitne cho people mastery kitne, as kitne cho 2 minutes term hin, chahe so customer relation, vendor relation, friend relation, so isin kahan. Three cheez cho as kitne cho pan kosa bache with maximum come out. That's it. So personal, personal, people, and your money mastery. This is very important. I think the way you have approached it is the right way. So I congratulate you and wish you all the best for that.
Thank you. We would love to attend a few master classes for sure, sir.
Most welcome. Most welcome.
Do we have any other questions? I think.
Yes, one more.
Yes.
Can I ask?
Sure, please.
Namaskaram, Oti. This is Sachin Raina.
Yes.
Basically, my question is, since I'm into e-commerce, the very basic question maybe all of us are facing at the moment, how do we tackle the other competitors like, e-commerce giants like Flipkart and Amazon? The problem is we are selling same product and they are selling same product as well. But when we check their costing and all their pricing strategy, to be honest, our buying price is much more than what they are selling for. Sometimes we feel that. How they are able to sell it and how do we beat them? Because it's getting very difficult for us as a local companies or local startups to compete with these e-commerce giants. Any suggestions how we can manage in this very difficult time would be appreciated.
Sachin, I'll tell you two things about it. You see, first of all, how they can manage it. It is basically a business of scale. They actually play on the scale. They play on the scalability. That's why they are affordable. That's number one. With you, if you're trying to compete with them or trying to do it, then I think, my friend, you have to change your business model. Let me tell you, don't struggle with it for a longer time. I will never suggest and advise anyone here that if you are doing something and you are doing entrepreneurship and you're struggling, I'm sorry. You don't deserve to be struggling in entrepreneurship. If you are struggling entrepreneur, please get out of it. Okay. Now, how to do it? I'll give you a solution also. Now, one thing is that you continue doing what you are doing. Another is take a decision and shift yourself from being their competitor to have your own and compete with yourself. Become better e-commerce platform on your own. Because you see, I'll tell you, there were a lot of vendors to Urban Clap. Okay. And one of the vendor was not treated by Urban Clap after 3 years because they got too many suppliers and there was a huge competition. So what this guy did, he created his own Urban Clap called Favors, right? He created such a beautiful platform. Today, he exists in about 21 cities in India. Okay, and during COVID times, let me tell you, his business has done a 60% more sales. Right now, You see, you don't have to be competing with your competitor all the time. You know, if you don't have a right positioning, if you don't have any issues because you have a scale, you can handle it. It's fine. If it is not, just quit it. Create something else and have your own Sachin's own platform. You know, this is my advice to you, and then you can be an associate with them, or maybe you can do other figure out. But don't get stuck there. This is my suggestion. So start working on your business model. I'm sure you will succeed because you know the tricks of the trade.
Sir, but the problem is basically जो हमारा customer है ना, when he tries to compare the prices, for example, आप कुछ हमारे से लेते हो, I have my website as well. When the customer comes there, he gives me a screenshot of Amazon, or maybe he gives me a screenshot of AliExpress. He tries to compare the same product with their pricing as well. So at that time, it is very difficult to convince a customer.
Sachin,
an Indian customer.
Yeah, I agree. It happens because you are working in that space, my dear friend. You see, and this struggle will always be there. So either you do some transformation there, or you get out of that and make a conscious decision. Don't get stuck there. That's what I'm again and again telling you. Change your business model. Think about it. I cannot give you an off the shelf solution to it. We can have a one-to-one call. Probably you can call me. My number is there, or maybe I can just share my number with all of you. And you can just give me a call sometime, on WhatsApp, we can have a call. But let me tell you, it's about your business, it's about your business. Screenshot to the जब मैं प्रोडक्ट लेता हूँ, obviously मैं फ्लिपकार्ट से लेता हूँ, मैं प्राइस कंपेयर नहीं करता because I trust Flipkart. But in your case, I may not be knowing you and your platform. I go to a vendor of Flipkart, or maybe you are selling parallelly. Then obviously, why should I pay this more value or more price for the same value? I don't know. So you have to really work on that. So I can only tell you that you have to work on your business. In 3 months, if you start.
Vinod, can I say something? Can I add on to that? What you said?
Please.
Sachin, one of the things which might work for you, and coming from a service industry myself, which might work for you is people like Amazon or AliExpress. They do not have a Sachin Rana talking to their customers. You are automated single client for them. But with you, you can provide a personalized service and personalized customer experience, which will work in your favor if you do it right.
Yeah, that is what we are doing, and we have our customer base as well, the loyal ones, I can say. But since we are talking about scalability, we wanted to get on these platforms, but found very difficult in terms of pricing. That is why my question.
We can have a call. We can have a discussion. Don't worry. I'll connect you with some people. Probably we'll find some solutions for you. Don't worry.
Sir, if you have time, I would like to add on to that statement. The problem is, so I have a platform called holidaymind.com. Although I have not promoted it or proactively marketed it, but what Sachin is saying is a very real world problem for all the budding entrepreneurs, irrespective of what model they choose. Now, I understand how Amazon and Flipkart work, so I'm not going to dwell onto that. And I also understand how, what Asji just now said about personal connection. So if I change the name of my company today from Free Spirits to any other name, it will not affect me because I personally know everybody. But the problem is, what I asked is the scalability. So from 0 to, let's say, 1 crore, 1.5 crore, 2 crore is fine. But the moment you want to really scalable, what you have been teaching us, that is where we need to have certain systems in process, where, certain things automate on their own.
Yes.
And that is where the scalability issue comes.
So that's what I'm saying, Romil. There is business is not an art. Art comes later. It's a science. You have to go through the process. And as I said, that there are 6 steps. The 6 milestones which are. For example, if you don't have a business model, for example, you don't know what value you are giving. Like why Sachin is failing here because he's not giving value, better value than Amazon. That's why he's struggling. So the point here is that we have to really rework on our business models and then build systems, automate it, then disengage, then have capital restructuring our asset classes, and then business planning, and then finally go to market. And then we will find investors for that. See, we have to change our paradigm. We don't have to actually say business Amazon. It's not the purpose. It's not the purpose.
So that is not what I'm saying, but in general, the thing is, I'm not competing with Nationmetric or Yatra or any of those people. In my own space, the problem with e-commerce in India is the customer acquisition cost is way too high now.
Yes. Yes.
So for people who are not funded, it doesn't really make any sense unless and until I really have come up with a service which nobody else is providing, and that is like a very value-added service to everybody. So this is what my experience is in terms of what Sachin's answer is, and what as he said, the only thing which I have always struggled is people who don't know me will not work with me because they obviously don't know who I am. The ones who know me, we have 100% retention rate with them. But the problem of knowing everybody becomes a challenge.
No, but let me tell you, it doesn't work with the scalability model.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
If you want to know every customer, then you cannot be scalable.
And
As I
that's-
said in the beginning, scalability has got something, a very underlying statement is that you have to work in the unknown territory. But customer could be from where you don't know. It should come to your surprise. अच्छा उसने भी खरीद लिया. Oh अच्छा झारखंड में भी एक मेरा customer है. So that's the beauty of scalability, and that scalability will only come when you have a differentiation.
That is exactly why I asked the first question about whether it should be a product or it should be a service. So you said a service-oriented product. So I think I'll just try to maybe make some sense out of it now.
So yes, Vikram, you want to say something?
I think
विनोद जी आप
जी जी.
okay
बोलिए.
okay Vikram ji you please continue.
I just wanted to one point first in Sachin Pantaji and Sachin Pantaji from Jammu. Whatever you said that their buying prices are probably cheaper than you, probably because they are doing huge volumes. They are a prima facie customer for their vendor, things like that. What I suggest, I have a small suggestion for you. What you should try to do is, if I was in your place, I would have started to create. My first goal would have been, if I'm sitting in Jammu and doing e-commerce and majorly in digital and electronic products, what I would do is, in these times, I would get all the local players, local sellers, try to get them on board and create an ecosystem within Jammu and Kashmir that tomorrow, slowly down the line, 2 years, 1 year down the line, Amazon should be worried that nobody from J&K is buying mobile from Amazon. They are buying from your website because you can provide them quickly. Your returns are easy. आप जल्दी से product पहुंचा सकते हो. Your delivery time is less for J&K, so you could create an ecosystem within J&K wherein you have all the sellers, जितने भी local sellers जो अच्छे हैं, जो अगर मोबाइल बेचते हो तो जो सबसे ज्यादा जिसका मोबाइल ऑनलाइन रिटेल सेल होता है आज कोविड टाइम में उसको भी switch कर दें. Get him on board, whatever production he has, get them on board. You will have more competition within your website itself and push it more so that locally J&K में अगर किसी को इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स खरीदने दो, rather than पहले Amazon पे जाए या फ्लिपकार्ट पे जाए, वो पहले आपकी वेबसाइट पे आए, बिकॉज उसको आपका प्रोडक्ट एक दिन में मिल जाएगा rather than जो बॉम्बे से शिप होके या बैंगलोर से शिप होके आएगा, राइट? अब उस बायर लाइक मी, इफ आई नो दैट यार ये वेबसाइट जम्मू की ही बेस्ड है, यहीं से मोबाइल आ रहा है. अब इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में सबसे बेस्ट चीज क्या है? बिकॉज द प्रोडक्ट इज नॉट योर्स, यू आर रीसेलिंग अ प्रोडक्ट.
we are already
वो सीगेट का हार्ड डिस्क बेच रहे तो सीगेट की क्वालिटी है, लेकिन दैट हैज वो एडेड टू सीगेट पे होगा. बट सर्विस जो है वो कितनी जल्दी आप तक प्रोडक्ट पहुंचा, आप सीगेट की उसको हार्ड डिस्क कितनी जल्दी पहुंचा रहे हो, उसका क्या सर्विस दे रहे हो, उसके साथ उसको ईज क्या मिल रहा है, प्राइस बेनिफिट क्या मिल रहा है, वो आपने प्रोवाइड करना है.
Thanks a lot, Vikram ji. Thank you.
The service part of it rather than the product part of it.
Thanks a lot, Vikram ji. I think we are already, we have gone more than our allotted time. I would just try to conclude this session. I would really thank Vinod Pandita ji, our guest speaker today, and I would request every one of you to join the master classes that will start from next week. All the details would be shared by Vinod Pandita ji with us, and it'll be a great session. I can assure you that, with all the industry experts coming in. And I would also like to thank Mr. Sunil Trisalji, who has been an excellent digital IT partner that we have, who are really helping us to reach the globe. I would really like to thank Sunil Trisalji. Sunil Trisalji, as well as the agency network as well. So apart from that, I would request everyone to just have a look out for the mail that will be shared soon with all of you, as well as the presentation that has been presented to you today. So thanks a lot everybody. Thanks a lot, Vinodji. Thank you for your presence and have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.